the dawn of the 21st century, the U.S. Air Force unveiled an aircraft that looked more like science fiction than reality. The X-44 MANTA, multi-axis no-tail aircraft, was a radical, tailless stealth jet promising unmatched agility and futuristic performance. Yet almost as soon as it appeared, it vanished, officially canceled in 2000. Still, whispers of the ghost plane persist. Many believe the MANTA never truly died, but instead passed its DNA into today's next-generation air dominance program, the foundation of America's sixth-generation fighter. Could this forgotten experiment be the hidden ancestor of the future of air superiority? Lockheed Martin's legacy of bold ideas. To understand why the MANTA matters, you need to know its creator. Few companies have shaped modern aviation like Lockheed Martin. From the stealthy F-1717 Nighthawk to the legendary SR-71 Blackbird, from the rugged C-130 Hercules to today's F-35. Lightning II, Lockheed has always pushed boundaries, but not every daring concept makes it into mass production. For every iconic aircraft that enters service, there are dozens of prototypes and design studies that vanish into the shadows. The X-44 MANTA was one of those ambitious what-if machines that came tantalizingly close to rewriting the rules of air combat. The birth of the X-44 MANTA. The MANTA emerged as part of the X-plane program, a long-running series of experimental aircraft meant to test new technologies. Inspired by the sleek silhouette of the manta ray, the X-44's design rejected convention. It had no tail, no vertical stabilizers, and no rudders. Instead, it was built around a simple but daring question. Can you control a jet fighter using only thrust vectoring? Traditional aircraft rely on tails and control surfaces, rudders, elevators, ailerons, to maneuver. The MANTA scrapped all that, replacing it with a system where the engine nozzles themselves redirected thrust to steer the aircraft. Pitch, roll, and yaw would all be managed through the engines alone. The benefits were obvious. Fewer moving parts, lighter weight, and most importantly, fewer radar reflective surfaces. By removing the vertical tail, one of the biggest radar giveaways, the MANTA promised unparalleled stealth. Anatomy of a phantom fighter. At first glance, the X-44 MANTA resembled a cousin of the F-22 Raptor, sharing its fuselage and engines as a foundation. But beyond that, the similarities quickly faded. Instead of the Raptor's cropped wings, the MANTA boasted a massive triangular delta wing that not only increased lift but also provided space for additional fuel, dramatically extending its range. Its most striking feature was the absence of traditional tail surfaces. No stabilizers, rudders, or elevators, leaving behind a sleek, alien-like silhouette. Control was managed entirely through thrust vectoring, using modified two-dimensional nozzles from the F-22 to execute sharp turns, pivots, and acrobatic maneuvers without the need for external fins. Designed with stealth as a priority, the MANTA carried its weapons internally, including AIM-9 Sidewinders, AIM-120, advanced medium-range air-to-air missile precision, guided joint direct attack munitions, and even a 20mm cannon, while external fuel tanks could be added for longer missions. Performance estimates suggested it could reach speeds near Mach 2, soar to 49,000 feet, and travel close to 2,000 miles, all powered by twin Pratt & Whitney engines Whitney F-119P W100 engines, the same force behind the F-22. In essence, the MANTA was envisioned as stealthier, more agile, and potentially deadlier than the Raptor it was built upon. NASA's interest and the program's cancellation. Even though the Air Force never greenlit the MANTA for production, NASA saw value in its concepts. The agency explored using aspects of its tailless design and thrust vectoring systems to enhance other fighters, including the F-22 and F-15. In some ways, this kept the MANTA alive in the world of research, even after the project was officially shelved. So why cancel it? The decision came down to priorities. By 2000, the Pentagon was already sinking enormous resources into two aircraft. The F-22 Raptor, which would dominate the skies for decades, and the F-35 Lightning II, designed for mass production and multi-role flexibility. The Manta, while fascinating, was deemed less practical. But cancellation didn't mean erasure. Many of the Manta's ideas, particularly its tailless stealth design, quietly resurfaced in discussions about America's future air dominance. From ghost to blueprint, fast forward to today, the U.S. Air Force is developing the next-generation air dominance fighter, a sixth-generation jet intended to succeed the F-22. While most details remain highly classified, the glimpses revealed so far show striking similarities to the X-44 MANTA, a large tailless design, extended range, and modular systems. The parallels are undeniable. Like the Manta, next-generation air dominance emphasizes stealth by eliminating vertical tails, reducing its radar footprint. Its extended range echoes the Manta's delta wing concept, a necessity for long missions across the Indo-Pacific. And where the Manta hinted at drone adaptability, next-generation air dominance goes further by integrating manned-unmanned teaming, with advanced fighters working alongside autonomous, loyal wingman drones. In many ways, next-generation air dominance represents what the Manta might have become had technology and resources aligned 2 decades earlier. The modern battlefield challenge. Stealth may hide aircraft from radar, but there's a new predator in the skies: infrared search and track systems. Unlike radar, infrared search and track uses heat signatures to detect aircraft, and it can't be jammed with electronic warfare. Worse, it's passive, meaning a stealth jet might never know it's being tracked. For the Air Force, this is a nightmare. Rivals like China and Russia are investing heavily in infrared search and track technology. To counter it, next-generation fighters must not only be radar invisible but also heat invisible. Strategies include managing engine temperatures, dispersing heat across the airframe, and exploiting weather conditions like fog or rain to mask signatures. The X-44 MANTA may not have faced infrared search and track in its era, but its legacy of stealth-driven design directly informs how next-generation air dominance is being shaped to survive in this new cat-and-mouse game. Boeing versus Lockheed. When it came time to award the next-generation air dominance contract, the Air Force shocked many by choosing Boeing over Lockheed Martin. Boeing's design, now designated the F-47, promises next-gen stealth, unmatched speed, adaptive engines, and seamless integration with drones and satellites. This win was especially significant for Boeing, which has struggled in recent years with delays and cost overruns in both civilian and military programs. The next-generation air dominance contract gives Boeing a chance at redemption, positioning the F-47 as the centerpiece of America's future air power. Lockheed, meanwhile, is pivoting. Rather than contest the decision, it's focusing on upgrading the F-35 into a 5th-gen plus fighter, adding features learned during next-generation air dominance research. The strategy is simple. Take the 3,500 F-35s already in service and evolve them with new sensors, manned-unmanned teaming capabilities, and improved stealth, delivering much of next-generation air dominance's edge without next-generation air dominance's cost. Why the Manta still matters. Though it never flew in combat or even entered service, the X-44 MANTA is more than just a footnote in aerospace history. It represents a bridge between eras, the bold experimentation of the late 20th century and the high-stakes innovation of the 21st. Its DNA lives on in today's designs, in the tailless silhouettes of 6th-gen fighters, in the obsession with stealth and agility, and in the embrace of radical thinking. The Manta's story is also a reminder that no idea in aviation ever truly dies. Sometimes it just waits for the right moment to resurface. If you enjoyed this breakdown of forgotten jets and future air dominance, hit that like button. don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of aviation and defense. Ring the bell icon so you never miss our latest uploads. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below on what you think about the Manta's influence. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.